Ya, gimana sih sekarang caranya kita sebagai seorang business communicators atau seorang public relation itu kita bisa menjelaskan suatu hal yang kompleks, suatu hal yang rumit, yang berlapis-lapis pesannya menjadi lebih sederhana. Yuk kita tanyakan kepada pakarnya yang datang dari Melbourne, Australia, datang ke sini khusus untuk acara IABC Indonesia Conference. Tapi kita culik dulu nih sebentar untuk kita cari tahu dulu ilmu-ilmunya sebelum kita ke acara besok. Okay, so yeah, now we will talk about something that is actually not being discussed for public. Yeah,
Yep.
like for example, we now are encouraged to talk about something so difficult like climate change.
Yes.
Sustainability. What is sustainability? What is ESG? Everyone knows that, okay, ESG is environment, social governance, but
Yeah.
what is all about? And then how to make sure that people not only understand, but also believe in that and do something.
Yeah. It becomes a complex issue, doesn't it, when we start adding, we're the best at adding acronyms to everything, right?
Yeah.
And of
Too
course,
many jargon.
Too much jargon.
Yeah.
And we keep saying as communication professionals, get rid of the jargon,
Yes.
but we keep adding it. Yeah. And I can't say that we take the blame for adding ESG as jargon, but
Yeah.
the intent around it is what
Yes.
we've got to aim at.
Yeah.
So for organizations, whether it was called, CSR in the past,
Yeah.
or just sustainability with an organization,
Yeah.
it's really about that whole of purpose.
Yeah.
And so when we start talking about ESG and ESG communication, we're talking about why are we there and what good are we doing in the world?
Yes.
So yes, we talk about sustainable businesses,
Yeah.
we still talk about the environment, but
Yeah.
it's now driven by the public
Yeah.
and what the public expectation
Yes.
of an organization is. And organizations in the future will fail or thrive depending on their impact
Yeah.
on the world.
Okay.
And so if we look at making this as simple as we can from
Yeah.
a communication point
Yeah.
of view, it is our impact on
Yeah.
society.
Yes.
And I think that's the best way to term this.
Yeah.
So for communication professionals, it's take away all of the mechanics behind this and what does it mean for the organization and
Yes.
the organization's reputation and
Yeah.
therefore bottom line.
Yeah. So that's the connection. So whether we like it or not, we have to push ourselves, especially for a company, to get the good reputation, to
Yes.
get the funding from the investor,
Yeah.
and then to get the buy-in and the loyalty and trust from the consumers,
Consumers and employees.
community, and employees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And particularly, when you look at it with organizations now about how they engage with the community, and it's moving away from tokenism.
Yeah.
It's we've done this in this area because
Okay.
it's a good thing to do.
Okay. So that's the meaning of tokenism.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so we just do it for the
sake
of it.
of
Tick,
doing it.
We've done it, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So we've given that community a bunch of money because
Yeah.
we're digging a mine in their backyard.
So that's
right?
not the right measurement, and that's not the right that's not the right mindset
Correct.
to do the strategic action.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really about why we do things because it is the right thing to do, rather than it's making a tick on our CSR report, or
Yes.
we're looking at great governance within
Yeah.
the organisation. So we've got to stop looking at it from a tick point of view
Yeah.
to more why do we exist?
Yeah.
How do we have this positive impact
Yes.
on planet and people?
Yeah.
And the environment.
Yes.
This is
Yeah.
what we need to look at.
Yeah, correct. So yeah, my question is also about how does it work in other countries? What is the appetite of the public relation practitioners about all of these topics?
Look, I think it does vary a lot between
Yeah.
different countries.
Yeah.
I think some tend to get it because they have a lot of, and it's not just because they have a lot of issues within their country
Yeah.
and challenges,
Yeah.
but I think there's a tendency to be more naturally
Yes.
caring.
Yeah.
Whereas some countries tend to be much more naturally commercial.
Yeah.
And so it's profits over people rather than people over profit.
Okay.
And I think that's where there's a big difference. And
Yes.
I mean, I almost started naming countries, but that would start getting really political
Yeah,
right now. But I
yes.
think you know what I mean,
Yeah.
is there's the embedded culture within certain countries lends itself to going, but of course we do this thing because it is the right thing to do.
Yes. Oh, yeah, that's correct. Nice. Yeah.
And I think the other thing we need to think about is that these issues need to be led by the executive, particularly by the CEO.
Yes. Why?
So it's at
It's
the
top
heart.
down.
It's top down, but it's heart out.
Yeah, it's heart out. Okay.
So I think we'll use that as a new term. I've just invented that now. So it's actually saying we're doing it because it is the right thing to do for the organization.
Yeah.
And when we do the right thing, the investors will come to us because we are seen as an organization that does the right thing.
Yes.
And as a result of doing that right thing, we get a better bottom line return because we've got happy customers that buy from us and we've got engaged employees that work for us.
Yeah, correct. Okay. So we already talked about ESG and then, okay, one more time. How about DEI? Diversity, equity, inclusion. Yeah. Do you think which one is more important? ESG first or DEI first?
I don't think we can put an importance over them. I think they're integral to workplaces of today.
Yeah.
Now, I'd hate DEI just to be so it's the topic of the day.
Yeah.
The same as ESG was a couple of years ago. It's all about integrating these whole things because the right thing to do for an organization is to have an inclusive workforce that is accepting of diversity.
Yeah.
But you've got to overlay it with, again, with country context and cultures.
Yes.
Because it's very easy to say, well, you need to have people that have from an LGBTIQ community when it's a country that it's actually against the law.
Yeah, like in Indonesia. It's not against, it's against the law, but it's more about it doesn't fit the culture.
It doesn't fit the culture.
Yeah.
So there we've got to go, we can't just enforce those issues onto a cultural context.
Yes.
We've actually got to be very careful how we integrate and how change happens over time.
Okay. Yeah. Oke, nice. Oke, nanti setelah ini kita akan bicara mengenai hal yang berbeda. Satu lagi yang terkait dengan teknologi.